From the tallest building in the world to the world's first Sphere Auditorium, here are some of the most magnificent megaprojects ever. Let's get started. Burj Khalifa. On the 4th of January 2010, Dubai opened the doors of the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in not only that country but the world. The building contains 162 floors. That's 60 floors more than the Empire State Building in New York. It also has a height of 2,717 feet. So if you're afraid of heights, this may not be the mega project for you. When drafting up the blueprints for the Burj Khalifa, designer Adrian Smith had one major problem to solve: the wind. A building that tall would surely fall victim to a particularly windy day, and the potential effects of that could be absolutely catastrophic. So, Smith designed the building to be shaped like the letter Y to allow it to stay sturdy and upright even if wind speeds begin to pick up. Guests can feel free to enjoy the commercial and residential opportunities the Burj Khalifa offers, without fearing the building's potential collapse. In fact, this has become such a tourist attraction that you can go all the way up to the 124th floor and check out the city of Dubai from their public observation deck. If you're traveling to Dubai anytime in the near future, the Burj Khalifa should definitely be on your to-do list. Don't worry, even as a tourist, this massive building isn't easy to miss. The 30-meter telescope. Hawaii is known for its sandy beaches, fresh air and fascinating culture, but it may soon be known for its innovations in space technology. The massive 30-meter telescope will truly change the game when it comes to space exploration. It will allow scientists to examine the nature of space in a way no telescope has ever been able to accomplish before. The 30-meter telescope is said to be 12 times sharper than the Hubble telescope and is even made up of over 400 pieces of glass, all put together to create a giant primary mirror inside of the telescope. Not only is its viewing capabilities impressive, but so is its massive size. This telescope is slated to be over 13,000 square feet tall. Now, if you go to Hawaii and don't see it, that's for a good reason. It hasn't been unveiled yet. In fact, construction didn't even begin until as recently as the spring of 2021. So it may be a few more years until we get to see the 30-meter telescope in all its glory. Just imagine what potential new information astronomers will be able to discover once this mega project of a telescope is finally completed. KATARA Towers. Anyone who frequently travels the globe will tell you Qatar is like paradise for tourists. There's warm weather, a booming nightlife, and so much beauty to take in. So why not create an experience so luxurious that people will come from afar just to witness? That's exactly what the KATARA Towers are for. These two intertwining towers will include a hotel that can room up to 361 guests, all of which will be put into the most elegant and finest of rooms the country has to offer. Officials on the project actually hope that the KATARA Towers will become the go-to hotel for businessmen traveling through the country for work. But what makes KATARA Towers so special besides its promise of luxury and relaxation? Well, the team behind the project have taken on the challenge in building something so large, but all the while staying eco-friendly. That's not an easy thing to do. The team knows that a massive construction project can wreak havoc on the surrounding ecosystem. So by implementing energy-efficient methods of work, they've actually managed to cut their energy usage by 40%. For a project of this scale, that's incredible. You can book your room at the KATARA Towers later in 2022, during the FIFA World Cup. Perfect timing. These towers are built next to Qatar's famous Lusail Stadium, where over 80,000 soccer fans will gather in the fall to watch their favourites battle it out for the cup. Are the KATARA Towers being built just to profit off this event? No one can say for sure, but if they are, it's a brilliant business move. 270 Park Avenue. New York City, aka the city that never sleeps, is no stranger to the hustle and bustle lifestyle, especially if you're in Manhattan. The borough is home to several businesses, and you'd be hard-pressed to find someone not in a suit within a 3-block radius. So of course, why not spend $1.5 billion on an absolute monster of an office building in Midtown Manhattan? 270 Park Avenue is set to be 1,425 feet tall, which would make it the second tallest building in the entire city, only to be beaten out by the One World Trade Center. This skyscraper is set to take up 2.5 million square feet and for a city as tightly packed as New York, that's quite a bit. Why make a building so huge? Well, the offices will hold employees of JP Morgan Chase, a major financial institution in America. They employ over 271,025 people as of 2021, so one can surely see why they may need such a large office space. Feelings on this project are mixed, ranging from excitement to irritation from locals. However, one thing can be said for sure. The view from the top of 270 Park Avenue is going to be nothing short of amazing. Make sure you stick around till the end. You don't want to miss what we're going to show you. The Dubai Frame. Yes, Dubai is once again on this list, and it's another incredible mega project. If I told you that Dubai has built the world's largest picture frame, perfectly built so it frames the outline of the city for those who look through it, don't you believe me? Then you'll have to take a look at this amazing creation yourself. Opened in 2018, the Dubai Frame has attracted tourists and locals alike, as this is one photo opportunity you won't want to miss. How big is this tower golden specimen? Over 150 meters tall and 93 meters wide. Not only is it a fascinating landmark, you can actually go inside the Dubai Frame. If you're not afraid of heights, that is. Visitors are allowed to take an elevator all the way to the sky deck, located 48 floors above the ground. There, you'll be able to see Dubai in all of its glory. You may want to compare how the view from the Dubai Frame compares to that of the Burj Khalifa, that we previously mentioned in today's list. If you're a traveler, this is yet another sight you simply cannot miss. So much thought went into the design portion of the Dubai Frame. In fact, developers wanted to make a message on how past and present Dubai should be united. So depending on where you stand in the frame, you can see either old or new Dubai's skyline. It sort of represents the unity of the two, showing that no matter what, they are all a part of what makes Dubai so great. Not only is this mega project structurally impressive, it also has a heartwarming message. CHUO Shinkansen, Japan. Railroad travel is an industry that is always being reworked and upgraded, and one of the major leaders in this industry is defiantly Japan. That's why the creation of the CHUO Shinkansen will come as a shock to no one. This high-speed railway is being built so that one may be able to form Tokyo to Nagoya in a fast and convenient way. Now, a journey of that length probably won't be possible until 2027, which is the railroad's set completion date. But think about it. If you're traveling from Tokyo to Nagoya, which is over 178 miles by the way, in just 40 minutes, you'd want to make sure the train you're on is safe without possibility of derailment. That's why Japanese developers are taking their time building such a high-speed track. They hope to get the train running at speeds as high as 314 miles per hour. That's only about 150 miles an hour less than an airplane. How cool is that? This project is a dream come true for those with a fear of flying, and hopefully the rest of the world will follow suit too. Imagine being able to cross the country in less than an hour and never have to even leave the ground. However, this may not happen anytime soon, as this project isn't exactly cheap. While the cost of the construction hasn't been made publicly available, initial reports stated that the project was projected to cost $52 billion. In reality, it's ended up costing way more. Though we're sure the citizens of Japan will be more than fine with the cost when they finally get to experience the CHUO Shinkansen in the future years to come. Panama Canal Expansion, Panama. Originally built in 1904, over a century ago, the Panama Canal has been crucial for barges and other ships when transporting goods. But keep in mind, the man-made waterway is nearly ancient, and boats have come a long way since the early 1900s. In fact, they're huge compared to what people would drive all those years ago. So the idea for the Panama Canal expansion was born. The idea is that they'll carve out over 3.8 million miles into the canal, allowing easier access for boats to go by. But deepening and widening a body of water isn't exactly an easy task. It makes one wonder how they even accomplished the initial canal in the first place. Even with today's technology, it's not that easy. It actually ended up being quite an expensive project and required over 4.4 million cubic meters of concrete to complete it. However, costs aside, the Megaprojects completion in 2016, the canal has been much easier for cargo ships to pass through. Despite how rigorous and ambitious the job was, there's no denying that it was sort of inevitable and needed. Sometimes you have to upgrade old projects, and something from 1904 was probably way due for a little renovation. Three Gorges Dam, China. Dams are expensive, dangerous, and time-consuming to build. That being said, you have to wonder just how China completed the feat that is the Three Gorges Dam. This is literally the largest dam in the entire world. It's currently stationed in China's Yangtze River and took over 17 years to complete. If someone was born the year they started, they'd be about to graduate high school upon its completion. That's how intense this project was. And not only was it intense, it was expensive too. It cost $59 million to complete, and for good reason. A dam of this size requires a lot of resources, and having 32 turbines power it non-stop. Yeah, that's gotta cost a pretty penny. So just how big is the Three Gorges Dam? Well, 595 feet tall and 131 feet wide, and is more than 7,600 feet long. I don't think China has to worry about something that big ever breaking. This is an absolute showstopper of a mega project, and it certainly puts all other dams across the globe to shame. Even though it may have cost millions just for the concrete alone, this is definitely one project that we can confidently call magnificent. Al Maktoum International Airport, Dubai. Dubai has once again found its way back onto today's list. They must really love their mega projects. But this one makes total sense when you think about just how many insane tourist attractions Dubai has. Surely they need a pretty massive airport, and a pretty massive airport is what they're trying to build next. Al Maktoum International Airport will extend over 21 square miles. It's also said to be able to handle over 200 aircrafts coming in and out at once. That sounds like total chaos. But if we've learned anything from the items on today's list, anything is possible. But great things don't often come without a cost, and the Al Maktoum International Airport is no exception. This plan is expected to cost over $32 billion. But one has to wonder just how much of that they'll make back in a month's time of operation. I guess we'll have to wait and see, since the completion of this mega project was put on hold in 2018, and a completion date has yet to be released to the public. Once they do open, be sure to book your ticket so you can check out all the other mega projects Dubai has to offer. One World Trade Center, New York City. Do you really think we could have a list of mega projects and only include the Big Apple once? One World Trade Center is truly the heart of the city and reminds us all about why we love it so much. After the terrorist attacks on the Twin Towers in September of 2001, New York set out to recreate a building not only as a sign of honor to the victims, but as an act of preservation, showing the world that the city will come back stronger than ever. Rising above the city's western hemisphere in Manhattan, the One World Trade Center is 1,776 feet tall. This is actually done on purpose, as in the year 1776, New York faced one of the greatest catastrophes known as the Great Fire. Developers wanted to not only pay tribute to the victims of 9/11, but the victims of the Great Fire as well. It's currently the tallest building in New York City, and that's a pretty incredible accomplishment when you take a look at just how many skyscrapers New York truly has. The building was built with extra security due to the history of the former World Trade Center's destruction, and it is often said that it's so secure it's more like two buildings in one, possibly another potential tribute to the lost Twin Towers. New York is one of the greatest cities in the world, and if you ever have the opportunity to witness all it has to offer, be sure to check out the One World Trade Center while you're there. FFR Grand Stade in Paris. After a trip to the Louvre, the Eiffel Tower and a nearby cafe, Parisians can check out a sports game at the FFR Grand Stade. What makes this different from any other stadium in the world? The FFR Grand Stade has not only a retractable field allowing different games to be played, but a retractable roof as well. Raining out? No problem. And definitely no need to cancel the awaited game, just close up the roof. That way, the Stade keeps customers not only dry, but happy as well. The stadium is set to take up over 200 million square feet, making it the largest sports arena in all of Europe. Not just the largest sports arena, but the largest entertainment venue. The Stade will be able to seat over 82,000 fans as they cheer on their favorite soccer team, rugby team, or even musical artist. Vegas may have some competition when it comes to live performances once the Grand Stade is completed. MSG Sphere. Scheduled to open in Las Vegas, Nevada in 2023, this concert hall will bring new life to the city's already popular nightlife and live performance culture. What could make this spectacular venue so special that it cost $1.8 billion to build? Well, here are a few facts. The MSG Sphere will be equipped with 17,500 seats. The exterior of the building will also have a programmable lighting system that will take up over 60,000 square feet. Not to mention, the MSG Sphere will include the highest resolution screen in the world, with 19,000 by 13,500 pixels. You may know that super fancy HD TV you have. Yeah, this screen is about 100 times clearer than that. There's no doubt that musical acts from around the world will be lining up to get a chance to perform in this feat of a building. If you could see anyone perform live at the MSG Sphere, who would it be? RUSSKY Bridge, Russia. If you're one of those people who hate to drive across bridges, this mega project may not be for you. The RUSSKY Bridge in Russia spans over 2,000 feet. It's so long that you could fit about 3 of the Golden Gate bridges into it. It's currently the world's longest cable-held bridge and cost developers over $1 billion when constructing it. Each pylon holding the cables is stationed over 1,000 feet into the air. Have no fear though, these cables have proven capable of handling the weight of this bridge. The bridge has been active since 2012 and became a staple in southwest Russia. Although it may seem a bit daunting, especially if you got stuck in traffic in the middle of this massive thing, the RUSSKY Bridge is definitely a testament to just what hard work and ambitious ideas can truly accomplish. And there you have it. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye!